Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to talk about oil and natural gas, do our daily technical analysis update of it. Looks like, I just took a quick look at it. This is 3:14 that I'm doing this. Kind of a slaughter. Big down day today. Let's see if we've got some wicks at the bottom. Let's see if we're at support levels. Let's see if those support levels are holding. And let's give you my financial opinion. Please don't use this as advice. Here we go. So we've got the light crude oil futures behind me. We've got support kind of at that $97 level. We're at 101. We got a little wick at the bottom, not a huge one. Looks like I was hoping that we could hold here, but looks like we got a little more selling pressure. I don't know if sometimes the overall markets, and I don't know if this is driven by banks or whatever, sometimes they try to scare you out of your positions as well. I don't know how we're even this low in oil. We are continuing to have drawdowns on oil in our inventory. And we're not even, we're supposed to be adding to it, adding to inventory because driving season's coming. So we're gonna hit driving season here. And the way that I view this on all of these commodities is this pullback is a buying opportunity. I'm looking for a bottom though. I'd like to see a reversal. But, if you guys like companies, that's up to you on what you want to do. But I would be a buyer in some of them. And I'll give you my opinion on that. Natural gas is still holding strong. This does have a little bit more selling pressure here than the buying pressure. We could pop out of this little pattern here and consolidate for a little while longer. But XOP, ETF, we came up and hit our head on this resistance here, and we kind of backed off that resistance, especially today. We backed off, but we still have this wick at the bottom. We still have buyers buying this up. So buyers came in, bought it up, back, gapped it lower, and they're buying. Someone's buying it. I can see it. If people weren't buying it, they would be selling it, and it would finish real strong. If it was just, a large seller saying, "Get me out of here." It's almost like it was gapped lower, and then people were buying it back up. SM Energy's got that wick at the bottom. Let me see if I can draw back out here a little bit and extend this. Yeah, it should be down here. We got good support there below it, hitting these guys here. And, everything looks okay. We got to see what tomorrow brings us. CDEV's got that bottom there. Let's see what we got here. And I can move this around, guys. I kind of arbitrarily chose some of these just to show that the pattern was there. But you could, you could draw it from the bottom of these guys or even down here, but I'd say through here would be a good trend line. We're still in the pattern. I still think this wants to go up. We got wick at the bottom. Buyers bought it up throughout the day. And if you look at the daily, you can kind of see we found support, found support, found support. And then what we did is we broke out of this pattern to the upside. That's what that wick is at the bottom. I just can see it, and I don't know if you guys, but this is a daily candlestick, 1 minute charting that's broken to the upside. So momentum's to the upside. Our downtrend line's broken, but we gapped lower in the beginning of that day. We gapped it lower, and then it came back and came back up. Crew Energy, another one, yeah, it finished kind of lower. I like Crew Energy. I'd be a buyer down here if it were me. CPE, another one that's still inside of its pattern. It kind of came off. It hit its head on its resistance line and came back. Athabasca, I think this one was sitting on support. ATHOF. Yeah, it's sitting on support right now, just sitting there. It's a cheetah resting. We have a big bullish engulfing here. We came up and we just had selling pressure and we're sitting on it. I do think, I'm still bullish on this, guys. I don't know how we're this low in oil. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because inventories are continuing to draw. They're continuing to draw. Recaf getting a little bit of selling pressure there. CPG, we're back to the resistance line, support line, I should say. Support line, we're playing with it. Northern Oil and Gas, again, it's sitting on its long-term support line if it comes up. There it is, sitting on it. And I would be a buyer down here of Northern Oil and Gas if it were me. I like it down here. This is a big long-term trend line that it's sitting on. And usually I buy those back test moves. Grand Tierra Energy, yeah, getting a little bit of selling pressure today. Again, I'm not doing anything with my shares, guys. I'm just holding on. Tellurian, a little bit of a selling pressure day, a little bit of a wick at the bottom. It's sitting right at this support area. We'll see if tomorrow we have an up day tomorrow. Pedevco, it definitely hit its head and came back in the pattern. It finished quite strong to the downside. Again, we'll see what happens. OAS, little wick at the bottom. Still, I mean, we're still in the pattern. Everything looks okay. Buyers bought it back up throughout the day. On a one-day candlestick chart, what I'm seeing, what I mean by like the buyers and the momentum's going up, you break this downtrend line, the momentum's heading higher on it. This is a one-day look at it, 1 minute candlesticks, and you could see the pattern break to the upside. So the momentum's going up. It was just a big down day. CRK. I mean, here's CRK. If you do, this is on a one day basis. See the downtrend's broken. It broke to the upside, like we're going to run higher. People were buying it up by the end of the day. And on a daily candlestick, that's what it looks like. We got this downtrend coming, and then this is all like a return move. And I like buying return moves. Sandridge, we're getting a little bit of a return move today. It's just a big down day. Ring Energy, again, return move on this support. We're not all the way down there yet, but I don't know if we'll get there or not. We'll see. Surge Energy, just a down day. We might see more of a return move if it heads lower. I would be a buyer in Surge Energy if it heads lower. If we get a nice good pullback here and do a return move, I'm going to buy more of Surge Energy myself. Tamarack Valley, we broke through. We never had a return move. Maybe this is the return move that's coming. CRG, just a big down day with a little bit of a wick there. You know, sometimes you can find some support there. Meg Energy, down day. This one's got a big long-term kind of support area. I still don't think these look bad, guys. They don't. And we're broken out of a lot of these patterns with just a big down day. Like there's no reversal candlestick here on the OIH. Still looks good. TTI, yeah, we're getting a larger down day today. Everything's still intact though. Rig getting smoked, down 12.5%, popping lower. But this is the return move. We break out, you do a return move, and then you go. Pump, yeah, just a sell-off day today. Some buyers came in and bought it back up with the wick at the bottom. EXTN, this chart looks fantastic. I would be a buyer in it. I would be a buyer over here. Valaris, maybe we get a little bit more of a return move before heading higher. Looking at MRM, this is MMA Offshore, still looks good. Bloody nose up there, little bloody nose. Tidewater somehow went higher. I don't know how, but this thing's going straight vertical. Wow. Looking at NEX, small little down day today. That's pretty benign. KLX, yeah, a little bit larger down day, 12.5%. Still looks good though. It's a bullish engulfing right in front, right before it. CHX, we're right at resistance. We're trying to break through it. Little wick at the bottom. I would be a buyer here if it were me. I like it here. Cactus Energy, yeah, a little bit of a down move. I'm gonna get this arrow out of the way. I still think that this is going higher after this return move. A breakout, and sometimes they come back. Sometimes they get a little loose, come back to the support line before heading higher. 9 is all over the place. I probably wouldn't be in it. I mean, if you're in it, it's fine, but I wouldn't be a new buyer in here. It's too volatile for me. OII, a return move here. I would be a buyer in OII. It looks really good. This is Oceaneering International. It's got a kind of a longer-term downtrend move right here. Noble Energy, another one that's broken out. Could we have a return move? We very well could. HLX, Helix Energy Solutions, a little bit of a return move. Some buyers stepped in, bought it throughout the day. That's why there's a wick on the bottom. Again, guys, it looks fine. And then CGGYY, this guy's still scribing out a bottoming pattern. There's your booty, your cheeks, and it's starting to come on up. Again, I'd be a buyer. And then PFC was Petrofac that somebody wanted me to look at. Again, this looks pretty good down here. It is coming, bouncing off this support, but down here doesn't look bad for a long-term position. So, I mean, that's what I see in the overall oil and gas. I don't think it looks that bad. We just had a big down day. That's all we had. So, we'll see what tomorrow brings us. And tomorrow, if we sell off hard and it ends low, I would say that's no bueno. If we find support or we sell off hard or we gap lower and we come back up, I would say that's ultra bullish. We just had a kind of a flush out of people. Sometimes that happens. You get a big flush out of people. It gaps down, and then we have buyers step in and buy it back up. I would say that's ultra bullish, and we're going higher. If we open up, it trades lower and then comes back up and puts a big wick at the bottom, I would say that's bullish too. So tomorrow, let's see what tomorrow brings us. That's what I always say. And I didn't sell anything. If anything, I'd be looking to buy, not to sell. Give me a thumbs up on the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.